Hello guys, welcome to Great Picks. Today I'm going to show you guys a Q&A. So this one we filmed before I posted the last video, so it includes some of the old questions that you guys asked from the previous few months. And then all the questions that you guys asked, all of those are going to be up in the upcoming week. So stay tuned, all your questions are going to be up, and one by one with each video I'm going to get through all those really cool topics that you guys put up there. So stay tuned, hope you enjoy. So quickly before we start, we're going to show, so I went to Florida right before, or like on winter break. I went down and I saw Simon, and he showed me his car, and he liked to drive around to take some photos and stuff like that. So that was there. What happened next was I came back, and then the bomb cyclone came. Cold. It's so cold. Can't go up because it's covered in snow. They should plow it. It was like people were driving and crashing, and we almost like hit a car, but I like had to slide around, so it was like really crazy. We went skiing. It was pretty icy. So in the background I'll have like the ski video to make it interesting. So let's do the first question, and Zeta is here to join us.
Come here, Zeta. You want to join for the Q&A? Look, your bone. Come on. Oh, you got your other bone.
Oh, there she
is. Great. Got both of your bones. Now get down. Get down. Zeta.
Okay, so for the first question, what are you going to medical school for? What do you want to do in medical school? I'm really interested in neuro. I think neurology is a very pioneering field. There are a lot of new discoveries being made, so I like the research in it, and I really like the types of patients you see and the problem solving involved with neuro, because it's very puzzle type based. And so either in neurosurgery or neurology, within that scope of the field, that's what I'm really interested in going to.
For me, I want to go into emergency medicine personally. I was an EMT during college, and so I got really interested in like the whole like aspect of emergency medicine. My favorite thing about emergency medicine is like you get to be pretty much the jack of all trades. You get to do a little bit of everything, a little bit of neuro, cardio, like primary care even sometimes, so I like it.
The next question by Sandy Med is, does anybody know if there are opportunities for pre-meds to shadow med students for a day or something to experience this?
Typically you shadow like doctors, like whether they be residents or attendings or other healthcare professionals, but what I can say helped me during undergrad as a pre-med was I joined a pre-medical fraternity, Phi Delta Epsilon, which has chapters in like a whole bunch of different schools. So if your school has a chapter, I would recommend looking into it, because it gave me that kind of like mentorship and also connected me with physicians that used to be in the fraternity. I was able to shadow them and such like that and get letters of recommendation. They set up all kinds of opportunities and informed me about the admissions process and what medical school is going to be like. Now that I'm in medical school, I know some residents because of the older people that were in the fraternity when I was there. And also there's like pre-med advisors and stuff like that. You can always go to them and they can direct you.
Ashrid Pakari asks, I think blocking each of your notes into sections like you showed really helped compartmentalize. How long does getting through one lecture take, and how many do you usually have to do in a day? For me, it takes like 2 to 3 hours. Depending on the lecture, sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're longer, but I'd say the average is like 2 to 3 hours. And how many do I usually have in a day? Usually we have about 3 or 4 lectures in a day. Each one's about an hour of lecture time. The full note taking takes about 2 to 3 hours. So I spend that entire time, combined If you multiply 3 times 3, that's like 9 hours. So 9 to 12 hours maybe. And then you kind of restudy it again before the exam. Next one, Ishad Asladikor, he said, could you make a video on how you eat? I mean, like when and what a med student eats and how you cook it, etc. I think that would be cool to see. So I put up a video of one of the foods that I've made before, for lunch. So I have that video up. But what, in a question, what does a med student really eat? I, for example, like to usually cook my food. When I eat, it makes me really fall asleep. So during the day, I'll eat like a little bit, and usually in the evening, once, when I come back home, I'll eat usually much more. And so I usually cook my own food, and I usually do something quick. So, maybe it's like you can put a sweet potato in the microwave, and it will like cook in like 10 minutes, or make turkey or some fish or something like that. And I'll usually a lot of times I cook it in the microwave. I don't really do microwave dinners, but I like to. I usually just get food and I put it in the microwave and I add some seasoning, just like some fresh foods.
I do a lot of like microwave dinners and stuff because they're quick if I'm eating at home, or I'll do like sometimes what I did in the past was kind of meal prep for the week, so I'd make like a huge batch of chili or soup or something and then just take that with me to school to save on money, because a lot of times if I'm like a library studier, so I don't really like to study at home, so I would buy food from the hospital cafeteria a lot, which can get a little expensive. We have a student discount.
Yeah, so there are a lot of different forms. Some people that do the meal prep, some people that like to cook their own fresh food, some people that buy ready-to-made-to-go food, and then the school cafeteria. And I think everybody uses a school cafeteria at different points. I do it myself too, because like when I'm really busy sometimes and I'm at school and I don't have my own food, then I'm kind of left with no choice to go there. And they have quite a bit of options, not that many, but really like at least you'll find something in a category that you might enjoy. Alright, so the next question was asked by Jose. How are the medical school exams formatted? Are they conceptual or application questions, or a little bit of both?
So for the first year, it's more conceptual than application because of the nature of first year. First year, you typically learn normal anatomy and physiology, whereas second year, you get into more of the pathology and actual medicine, I guess, and more patient presentations. So first year is there's conceptual questions in that, you have to understand the material, and also though there's gonna be straight identifier questions or second or third order questions, and so there's a variety. When applicable, there's application questions, and some clinical correlation questions, but not as many.
And second year questions are very they take that concept that you learned. They're extremely application based. So first you get the question and you look at the question, you read what the scenario is really about, and with that question you kind of have to really figure out how to apply that concept into maybe what are the types of treatments or what are the types of interventions or the mechanisms being involved, and really applying the concept. So a lot of times I feel like they're third order, even fourth order type of questions. So they can be really tricky. Even if you know all the information inside and out, when you look at the questions, you have to become you have to be good at test taking. You have to kind of figure out how to, it's like solving a puzzle almost. That is what you really expect on your board exams. That's why, after you learn that concept, you kind of learn how to apply it, because that's how board questions are going to be like. I don't really know about third and fourth year questions, but all I know is that they are more based off of your clinical rotations and that experience and your experience on the clerkship. So it's more about what you're doing on the actual wards with seeing patients. Yeah, so that's all the questions for today. We'll do another Q&A in the near future, and you'll get those questions answered and you will be featured in the video. All right, see you guys.
Bye. Say bye, Zeta, bye.
Oh my
She's
God.
please don't touch my paws.